What's good, KJB crew? Back with another video. I just want to keep y'all updated on this situation because this is one of the biggest stories in music news. Even though he's not an artist himself, he's a big part of hip hop culture, a huge part of, like, he has so much influence. Well, I'll say he has so much influence. But recently, bro, he's been on some weird shit, man. He got the pool case. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look it up. The abuse case. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. And now he got some grooming shit that just recently popped up. And right now I just want to react to a Fantastic Hip Hop video. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. I just want to react to a video he put out that he believes stuff is going to get way worse for DJ Akademics. So before we get into this video, thank you everybody who's supporting, and let's continue to grow the channel. Now, with all being said, let's get into it.
After the mess that we have all seen DJ Akademics make by just proving to be one of the weirdest people that you could possibly be. While a lot of times in this era when someone in the public eye gets into controversy, they stay under the spotlight for a few days until everyone gets mad about the next thing. Ak has done enough in these past few days to more than show that this scandal he is in isn't just a one-time thing that is going to pass by in his career like so many other strange and disgusting controversies in the past have. But now, with the way Ak has conducted himself, he has done way too much to ever make anyone forget about the disgusting things he was caught doing, and with the
like within the past couple days or couple weeks, I give him couple week, like this week, skip it, this week. The LeBron and Drake dry snitching stuff, whack. And then now the grooming. If y'all haven't heard the grooming he did with the 15-year-old boy on the stream, you have to check it out. I'm not gonna play it here because I can't stand stuff like that. That's disgusting.
The way he has now antagonized so many other people over the years, and from content creators to rappers. Now all of DJ Akademics' rivals have seemingly come out of nowhere like the Avengers and are now doing everything in their power to make sure everyone who has ever heard of him knows just how much of a creep he really is. And overall, with the way Ak is still spiraling and speaking about this situation, what is now clear is that anytime Akademics tries to come at anyone in the future or just do about anything, this label he has now placed on himself will never leave, and slowly but surely, it is going to wipe away his entire career until there is nothing left.
And now, bro, Kendrick lyrics are coming into fruition. Like, this man is some type of fortune teller. Remember, he said them predators move in flocks.
Now, before we get into how really at this point the place Ak has put himself in has now made things even messier than ever, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with DJ Akademics, what really just put into perspective how cooked this guy is and just how bad this entire situation for him has been is that when he was on one of his many live streams in his same old cave with the same old terrible video quality, Ak did something that even for where he is at now, which of course is a low like few other people could ever even try to reach on their worst day.
I love Fantastic Hip Hop. He keep it real, but bro, he be going in. He kick niggas when they down, and he don't give a fuck. He put his foot on your neck when you're down, and that's your worst time. He just there with his foot on your neck, applying pressure. I swear to God.
Is really just unlike anything else he has ever done, which was of course that in the face of this entire controversy, after having one of the most catastrophic crash outs of all time with a moment like this,
I show too much love! And I could just collect the bag. I show too much love. I show too much love. Yo, I show too much love to ever be called a weirdo.
Ak seemingly took another play out of his buddy Drake's book, and when his image was starting to really be dragged to a point where beyond people just being mad, he actually may have been put out of a job. What Ak did was so shocking as he gave somewhat of an apology, which is really something that he has never done besides when Drake forced him to apologize to SZA when they were working.
What? Ak apologized? For the grooming situation? Let's find out.
On music together, and Ak just went way too far when he was talking about her. And now what Ak said in really the second apology he has ever given was still continue to blame everyone and diss all of the people he is against. But then after making sure that he knows that everyone who has been mad at him he still wants beef with, he kinda said he was wrong for saying the things he did to a person who is pretty much half of his age, who he decided it was a good idea to talk to. And now with Ak saying this and with the way he did, while it's obvious that he's really not sorry and that the only reason he even issued this statement is seemingly because his actual career was on the line and the people people and brands he works with were telling him to make things right, and if they didn't, they were going to pull away from him, which of course would then put him out of a job.
That's sad that companies have to force you to apologize. You know you was wrong, and then the companies are still wrong for supporting you, bro. That shit was disgusting, man. Disgusting. If you haven't watched it, bro, find the Act grooming video. Disgusting. Him and whoever was on that stream, they need some investigation into, cause that was wild.
When you just know the type of person Ack is a little bit. While he is many things, someone who ever thinks they're even a little bit wrong is definitely not one of them. And now, fortunately, despite Ack issuing this statement, most people are not letting up on him and are just seeing through the clear play that he was trying to make here, because it really was so obvious how disingenuous this all was. And when it comes to the severity of Ack's situation, which there has been reports that higher powers are now getting involved in looking into him, which once again, considering his record in the past, would not make this the first time. And really, considering how horrible what Akademiks actually did was, because it just crosses a line that any regular person never would. Saying sorry on stream like this does not show that you actually have changed, and again, especially knowing your past now, it only seems like this is starting to make a pattern. But now, beyond Ack's terrible apology, which has only ended up making everything even worse for him, what's made this situation even more terrible for Akademiks, and really when we look at his career trajectory, is just making this entire moment poetic in a certain way, is that after Ack has spent years beefing with other people, breaking down their lowest moments, and where it really starts to get shady and why he is in the place he has been in, try to push false narratives or try to run around and make up facts when there is no real evidence to support what he is saying, now everybody who has had beef with Ack is coming out of nowhere and just escalating this thing even more within the same way that he has done to them.
Oh yeah. Ack is about to learn what karma is, cause this about to put him in a hole. Like, this is damn near career ending, stream ending. Like, I'm telling you, it's that bad. If y'all haven't seen the video, y'all have to check it out. I'm pretty sure other reactors reacted to it. I'm not gonna do it because I'll be pissed off on the stream. I probably wouldn't even talk.
And now, specifically when it comes to rappers who are now making Ack's controversy even bigger, making him look terrible to the industry, and just making sure that everyone knows what he has done, there has been two rappers who, over everybody else, have been leading the effort to end Akademiks' career forward, with the first being none other than Meek Mill. And now with Meek and Ack, after Ack has been beefing with him for years, and as Meek has become a bigger and bigger meme over the years, to say the very least, Ack has just gotten...
Yo, that's a wild picture, man. Yo, Meek gotta stop, bro.
And as Meek has become a bigger and bigger meme.
Yo, that's wild. What are you doing, bro? Get off the fucking bamboo, dog. Get him down. Immediately. Expeditiously. Get him down, man. What's going on?
Over the years, to say the very least, Ack has just gotten louder and louder about documenting what he calls Meek's downfall. Meek is now seemingly rejoicing that there is real proof to prove that Ack is one of the worst people you can possibly be. He is seemingly posting about it all over social media and warning parents to make sure to remove all communication from Akademiks from their kids. Because Meek really thinks that because of what Ack has done, he should not even be allowed to appear on people's social media screens.
For real.
And with Meek just fully stating what Ack wants to do in a lot worse words than I am saying, and really with him using this exact controversy Ack is now in to paint his entire character in the way he is, I mean, despite Meek actually kinda having a point, because I don't think anybody would want Ack to be in a position where he can do anything even close to this again. Meek has finally got back at Ack and has painted this image of who he really is and has been successful with it. And I mean, overall now, Meek has finally come out of his beef with DJ Akademiks by handing him an L. And speaking of handing Akademiks L's, beyond Meek, who has really been getting non-stop bothered by Ack for years, the rapper who has really made Ack look like a clown to the public more than anyone else has, in Freddie Gibbs, was having so much fun with this moment. And while Freddie always finds creative and over-the-top ways to troll, like in the past when he...
I definitely gotta react to some Freddie Gibbs song. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Don't kill me. I've barely listened to Freddie Gibbs, and I know he fired. But I just gotta get it. I know I'm a react to videos. Trust me. I got y'all.
He released shirts of Akademics on a Teletubby, which ultimately started one of the greatest jokes of all time. This time around, when everybody else is speaking about Ak, Freddy laid off the words and antics and just said one thing to Ak. Which really, considering this situation, this is all that needed to be said.
Hey, that's all that need to be said. Hey, he tagged him. That's wild. Ooh wee.
Said, and it's really just funnier that Freddy Gibbs came in to hand Ak his annual L this way instead of doing anything over the top, because again, with this moment saying everything we need to know about Ak and his career and really just exposing him even worse than anything else ever even could, there is nothing Freddy needed to do. And now with Meek, Freddy, and even streamers like Plaqueboy Max, who Ak is in a back and forth with, as all Ak does is sit and pay attention to these things, he of course saw the way they are speeding up the finale to his run that has made hip-hop culture worse in every single way possible. And again, instead of taking this moment to reflect on the fact that you do have some serious issues and really need to be thinking things over, Ak has instead huddled up with his little team who he has briefed for months to do such things like post
Predators moving flock. I ain't accusing Drake of anything. Allegedly, Predators moving flocks.
Anything that will strengthen and support Drake's image and take down Kendrick Lamar's, and now is making them just beef with people like Plaqueboy Max, Freddy, and Meek Mill in some of the strangest ways possible. As from Ak now posting all week clips of Plaqueboy Max and his friend who was involved in this entire situation in the first place and trying to spin what he did into something Max is wrong for as well, because according to Ak, he has done the same thing within a way worse fashion, to now with Freddy Gibbs. Akademics is once again showing how insecure and pathetic of a man he really is, because what he is doing in his latest back and forth with Gibbs is asking his employees to make some of the weirdest posts possible about one of the best rappers out today. As Ak's team really went out and claimed such things that the mother of one of Freddy Gibbs' sons almost named him after Akademics. And
yeah, I know nobody on earth believes that. Nobody in the hip-hop community believes that Akademics. Nobody. Boy, you a weirdo.
Now, in this time, considering where we are at, I don't think this is the type of narrative Ak wants to push, but seriously. From the apology, which was one of the worst attempts at showing regret that I have ever seen, to how he is responding to being called out by other people in his lowest moment, and is now, instead of taking this time to reflect or just do anything different, he is just using all of his efforts to make everybody else look worse. Overall, DJ Akademics is showing that he is one of the most immature and pathetic people out, and just like the guy who he idolizes over everything in Drake, they are not just delusional about reality.
And we all know how fantastic hip hop feel about Drake. I would be surprised if he don't got the Drake crying video in here. I'd be surprised.
And their own problems. But instead of ever trying to make themselves better, they would rather just bring down others with them. And I mean, for Ak, there has to be a time where you just get out of that seat and you just realize that things are better than these petty games and antics. But if this entire situation hasn't been a wake-up call for him to just change his act, which it clearly hasn't been, then it's more than obvious that this guy is a bigger loser than any of us could have ever thought. But really, in this time where the entire landscape of hip-hop is changing, between people like Akademics and Drake compared to the rest of the culture, they are showing that they just don't align with what rap represents, whether we are talking about the actual artists, media personalities, or just the fans and people in general. Really, the only good thing about this situation coming to light is that now at least everyone is finding out that DJ Akademics really is just the worst, and that he quite literally is not like the rest of us, and therefore, with the backlash he is getting, industry forces moving away from him, or at least thinking about that, because that's why he gave out any sort of apology in the first place, and to rappers like Freddy and Meek even making the truth about what this guy is doing louder than ever.
Man.
After Drake was already bringing Ak this way because Drake has proven that he does not embody anything hip-hop represents as well, Ak is on a clear course where in the future from now, while he will still have a following because there are strange people just like him who do look up to him.
I mean, you gotta give it to Ak. He going down with the ship. He too loyal to Drake, and then now his weirdness is showing. All the weird shit he doing is showing. Like he going down with the ship. Like Drake's career might be over after all his lawsuit stuff. But the way Ak moving, it's seeming like the end for him as well, which is crazy. It's crazy.
Which just saying that out loud is sad. With hip-hop really just separating from everything he has represented. At least in a few years, he will be in another corner of media and entertainment, still trying to be the problem he has been for hip-hop culture for over a decade now, but without having the influence he has had here. And with his reputation only getting worse, which I'm sure will only continue from this point, he will never be able to be as weird and awful of a person on this level ever again.
Man.
And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about how DJ Akademics' downfall has now placed him on a path where he is leaving hip-hop altogether, and where do you think this moment is going to put him after all? Because we are now seeing more than ever that people really are mad and done with this guy more than we have ever seen before. Well, I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now,
shout out Fantastic Hip Hop. Check out his channel, subscribe. He always comes with the news. He always comes with the great content. Shout out Fantastic Hip Hop.
If you want to see how just as DJ Akademics' career is really about to be over, things for Drake have gotten even worse as his label is telling us that he is in bigger trouble than we could have ever expected, check out the suggested video.
Man, it's over for DJ Ak. It's over for him, man. I'm just hoping he's not on stream with any kids, cause I'm not gonna play that video here. I can't. It'll make me too mad. But if you haven't seen it, y'all need to go check it out right after this one. I'll probably try to find it and I'll put a link in the description or in pinned comments. But with that being said, that's gonna be the end of the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, like what y'all heard, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, and let's grow this crew together, y'all.